on this episode of A Tale of Two Hygienists.
I'm a very good student, and I that's what it's all about. I love the creative. I love writing, making videos, and communicating to the public. I want to learn everything I can to do it right. You know what I mean? And I recognize that you can't do it all, and I want what I can do. I want to get as best I can. I'm competitive within myself. Nobody else. You know, you're a hygienist. You know how every 6 months we see our patients, and we can only do so much. That's why I'm really happy to be involved with the creation of the company Better Mouth, and it's like an interactive platform on your phone. It's an oral health coaching program. Basically, you get a text message in the morning. It reminds you to brush. It gives you the 2-minute timer. It gives you a whole page of things you could learn about. The first week's all about technique. So many people don't even know how to hold floss correctly, right? And then they'll go home and then they're not flossing right. And they came back, they're like, I was flossing every day. But this makes sure you're doing everything right. This is for the patient who wants to get a better mouth.
Yeah, this is a tale, oh yeah, a tale of two hygienists. So there might be only one, bringing the best of dental knowledge, and we do it all with ease. We cover oral health and screening, and preventing gum disease. We're gonna do a lot of learning, and have a little bit of fun working at the dentist. A tale of two hygienists.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of A Tale of Two Hygienists podcast, episode number 426. I'm your host, Andrew Johnston, and boy, howdy, do we have an amazing show for you today. But before we get into that, just a quick note. So I'm going to put in the show notes a link to a survey. It's really, really important that you guys all take this survey. The future of the podcast depends on you filling this out. That's how important this is. I mean, the podcast isn't going to go anywhere, right? We're here for a while. But what I mean is the direction of the show, the guests that we have, the topics that we cover, the formats that we have. Some of the things have been really good. Some of the things have been complete failures. I need to hear back from you. Everything we do really is dependent on this survey. What you tell me back in this survey is going to be how we change things. So this show, in my opinion, I know that I've been here for the duration, but it's always been about the people. It's always been about you, my friends, by the way, are the people. So just tell me what you want. All you have to do is click on the title of the episode. Then you'll scroll down in the show notes and find the link. And please take that survey. I'll leave the link active probably for the next several weeks. And you'll probably hear about this on the next several weeks episodes as well, just as kind of a reminder. There is a drawing for a $50 Amazon gift card. I know that a lot of you don't really care about that, but it's just kind of my way of saying thank you for the time and effort that you put in. So we'll do a drawing for a winner for that gift card. But I appreciate for all of you who in the back of your head are you know what? I would just do it anyways because you guys are supportive and awesome. And I appreciate it. So for this week's episode, we have Teeth Talk girl Whitney. This is a long time coming. I'm trying to think if Whitney was on our show before. I think we actually talked about this in the episode. But just as a pre-warning, I guess, if you haven't had your coffee yet, if you're listening to this in the morning, you need to chug some coffee real quick because you're not going to be able to keep up with the pace that Whitney speaks. She is so quick in this episode, and she's a fast talker, but she's probably, even more than that, she's just a fast mover and a shaker in this industry. She just does stuff, and it's amazing what she can get produced. Outside of the numerous awards that she's won, in my opinion, her getting to know her over the last several years, her real mission isn't about winning those awards. It's about helping people get healthier. I think that's why she makes all those videos. We talk about that a lot in the episode today of what that means to her to help other people, what it means to her to help the clinicians as well. And all while she's doing this, she's kind of doing it in her own way, kind of outside the normal conventions of KOLs and dental influencers. I don't know. I have a lot of respect for what she's doing and the way she's doing it as well. And kind of the integrity that she has. And she's just, she completely has my respect. In the links for the show notes, I'm going to put a link to her newest mission that she talks about at the end of this episode. So now that's 2 reasons that you all have to go to the show notes for this episode. So please go to the show notes. They're really important. Next week, we have one of those episodes that comes up every now and again. And weirdly, it's almost always with Teresa Duncan. She just, I don't know if she just brings it out of me or I don't know what happens, but she brought a friend, Beverly Wilburn, And we talk about some topics that are just, I don't know, man. They're just not CE caliber content. Honestly, it's a huge departure from our myofunctional therapy series we just had, but they're also important topics to discuss because this is the things that are happening in our offices, things that we're all thinking about, but maybe we're not saying, and we want to normalize that. So be sure to come back next week for that episode. I think we're going to call it something along the lines of like lawsuits and perio, or lawsuits for undiagnosed perio, and then also spouses as office managers. We're going to try and cram all of that stuff into a title. So it'll be interesting for sure. As always, thank you so very much for listening to the show. Please review the show, give it a rating. To the Hygiene Diva text group, thank you so much for the review update. They filled out a review and then they updated their review. You all better believe that a Tale of Two Hygienists podcast still loves you as well. Thank you a million times over for all the support that you give us. And then have a great week, everybody. And I hope you enjoy this turbo speed episode with Whitney.
A Tale of Two Hygienists.
Listeners, welcome to the interview portion of the podcast. I'm joined by Whitney today. Whitney, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
How many years? How many years has this come in?
5 or 6.
I will tell you, I've dropped the ball probably for 4 of the 5 years.
And I probably did too.
You got one of the 5.
I would tell, I'd be like, oh, I'll be at that conference, and then I'm not at that conference. And you're like, oh, maybe the next one. And then I'm like, maybe the next one. But we're finally here together today.
Yeah. Well, This is like your backyard, right? We're in Chicago Midwinter.
But I haven't been here since 2020.
Why?
And it's my backyard. I don't know. I've been in school.
Oh, yeah, you've been in school.
I've been in grad school, and I've been busy. I don't know.
Listeners,
but I'm here.
We're going to try and get you either on this one or a different episode, talk about grad school, because that's actually really fascinating to me.
Yeah.
It's also bonkers that you're doing that.
I graduated in May. I'm almost done.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Congrats. Okay. So what I would like to talk about is I would like to talk about your journey.
Yeah.
And because this is going to make me more look bad, I think.
Uh-oh.
Because I didn't know who you were at first, right?
Sure. Well,
I met you at...
For sure.
It was either ADHA or Under One Roof.
Yeah.
When did you start?
2018.
And you're like, hey, do you want to be on this video? And I hate being on video.
Sorry.
And you were doing at the time, you were kind of just doing like a highlight reel of like the conference.
Yes.
And I'm just like,
I just went up to you because I was excited because I was like, I know who you are. I listened to your podcast. Will you be in my video? And it was like probably a digital camera at the time.
I think it was actually.
I don't even think But thank you for being nice to me.
But like it was
Yeah.
oh no,
That was so nice.
here's what it was though. I didn't realize how great it was going to be. I didn't know what it was going to turn into
you're like,
at the time.
who is this girl? She's wild.
I
didn't have a plan. I didn't. I just knew I wanted to do something. And I was excited. And I was like, I need to go to a conference. It was Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
It was 2018, I believe, RDH UOR. And I bought myself a plane ticket. It was the first time I ever stayed in a hotel by myself. That's wild.
Yeah.
I was like 30 almost. No, I
You
wasn't.
couldn't
I
have
was
been
probably
old.
like 25.
But
I don't
still,
know.
yeah.
I can't think of math right now. I'm 30 now, so whatever.
You're a
I
grad
was
student,
old,
that's
and it was the
fine.
first time I ever stayed in a hotel by myself. And I went around and I just was like, hey, I know you. Do you want to be in my video? People were concerned, but then
And rightfully so,
right.
weirdo.
And I was a solo act, and now we've evolved into I have a whole team with me. And
Okay, but hold on,
so that's great.
let's not skip ahead too far. Okay, so at that time, you were like, you know what? I'm just gonna take some video just for memories, or this was like, I am gonna start this thing. You had a plan? You didn't have a plan?
I kind of had a plan. I knew I love YouTube. YouTube is my baby. I started on YouTube. I made a video when I first graduated. So here we go. I graduated from dental hygiene school. I wanted to work. I was so excited to clinically work, but you had to wait till your license arrived in the mail. Remember, I think they get it emailed way sooner now. I could be wrong, but so I was checking my mailbox every day like a little kid. Long story short, I was so eager. I love the patient education portion so much. And I was like, I just want someone to, so I was a dental assistant at the time. And I would always catch myself assisting on a root canal and being like, "Hi, do you floss or do you do this?" And it was not the time or place. And I was like, "I need to get this energy out because this license isn't coming yet. I need my dental hygiene license." So that's when I made my YouTube channel. And I was like, you know what? I have a background in acting, and I was like, if anything, I'll get my acting energy out, but maybe I'll get I kind of combine the two passions, right?
Sure.
The acting and the dental hygiene new knowledge that I just had. This was 2015, and so I made my first video. I sent it to my mom, and I thought she'd be the only one who watched it. And to my surprise, 2015 YouTube is very different than today YouTube, but
Sure.
right? But a lot of people watched it and they were like asking me to make more videos. Like, can you do a video on this? Can you do a video on that? And I was like, wait, well, what's happening? Then I got my license and I didn't make any videos because I was working 6 days a week. I was so
Right.
excited to work and like pay off my loans. And then in 2018,
You can stop and breathe if you want and have like, this is going to be a 25-minute conversation. You're going to hyperventilate
I
before you
could do a
finish.
monologue this whole time. Sorry. You're right. I do talk very fast. I need to calm that down. But yeah, so I was trying to give you a quick, so I got my license. I worked 6 days a week. And then in 2018, I realized I miss making those videos. Well, I made like one or two, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I kind of want to do that. But because I don't want to say I got it out of me. I still work clinically to this day. But I was like, I think I want to do part-time clinic and I want to like make videos. And like, again, 2018 was before full-time video making was a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like in the dental world, at least, like I saw more and more healthcare, like Dr. Mike is a huge healthcare, everyone, I mean, maybe he's got like 12 million followers. He's huge. He like works for the government now. He's like on every, you know what I mean? He's like literally with the Surgeon General doing things. So there was nobody in the dental world that I knew doing YouTube specifically, but there were other medical people. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. And then in 2018, I went part-time and I started making videos like once a week. Now I do 2 days a week. Here we are. And then it turned into a whole other thing. And then I make the website.
Stop jumping ahead.
I know
You're
I'm
getting too far.
jumping ahead.
Stop.
I get really excited.
Okay, so we're gonna
Linear
pull
is
back.
not good for me.
Okay, linear is the only way I work. So I'm so sorry. I can't be abstract at all in the way I think. Okay, so the intention though, intention was
my
always
intention. That
going
was
to
the
be
question. I just wanted to
consumer though. I mean, was it the
Yes.
customers? Is everyday people?
Patients. So I
Yeah.
went in just like wanting to help patients. My first video is what's the best mouthwash, and it was like obviously not sponsored. I didn't know anyone anywhere, and I was just I was just talking the difference about antiseptics and fluoride. Like anti-cavities versus antiseptics and stuff like that. And I was just telling facts, and they were all like, what's the difference between plaque and calculus? What's tartar? What's just things for the general public to know that we know, but like kind of making it more easy for them to understand.
Yeah.
So I was doing that. I love the consumer stuff. That's when I found out that more and more professionals and students were watching my videos. And I was like, oh, they're like, because they either would say like, I like the way you explained calculus versus plaque, or it's the same thing, but they like the way I explain things, and they were like, we're gonna phrase it like that to our patients and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. Yeah. So then I started finding out that professionals and students were watching my videos as well, and I was like, okay, wait a second, maybe I need to make some professional videos. I never even thought of that as an option. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I went to that. Now we're catching up.
Yeah.
Then I went to that conference in 2018. I started meeting all the professionals, like people that I've looked up to. And I was like, wait a second. I think I need to join this crowd. This is a nice crowd. And then, then I made some videos for patients and some videos for professional specific. But like I said, the patient videos, anyone could watch.
The thing I like about you though is like, I feel, okay, you saw this group of professionals that were already doing a thing, right? You didn't copy anyone else's path.
No.
Like you forged your own,
Thank you.
almost recklessly, your own path
Her
into doing this.
obnoxious way of formation.
Not an obnoxious way at all.
but you're
It
nice.
was, you were so, and from, look, I don't know you all that well, but from my perspective, it was someone rooted in confidence, someone that was rooted
that's
in
nice.
theater or something.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to
don't
say it's
know.
all like
Theater
pretend. I
confidence.
just pretend. That's why I called myself Teeth Talk Girl. It's kind of like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. I was like, I'm going to be Teeth Talk Girl at this conference. I have to be playing a character to like have confidence. I can't be confident in
true?
myself.
That's not true.
Well, I'm better now.
Okay.
Now I'm good. Now
At the
I'm like,
time.
you call me Whitney. Yeah, but at the time I was like, I'm going to create. I did it like a performance.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go to this conference. My name is Teeth Talk Girl. I was just doing the performance, and here we are. Now I'm okay to be called Whitney. You can call me whatever you want.
So how many videos have you put out now?
I just hit about 1,000 videos.
Oh my
like
gosh.
a couple months ago, there was 1,000, and that's on YouTube. Instagram, I don't know. I don't know if there's like a place I can just go to see, but yeah, 1,000.
1,000's a lot. So we are about 1,000 episodes of A Tale of Two Hygienists as well.
Oh, are you?
So here's a question for you though. Okay, we've been doing this a long time, both of us.
Yeah.
How do you get new content ideas?
Yeah.
And how do you make it unique and fun and different than what you did before?
Yeah. It's a great question. So I have a list. It's just like a Word document on my computer. And it's like, I don't know, 600, 800. There's so many. There's so many
Now I'm starting to feel
ideas.
bad. Like, dang it, I don't have any ideas anymore.
No, they just
I'm running
come
out
to
of
me.
ideas.
No. They just come to me, and there's so many. Here's the thing. I didn't have a video on wisdom teeth for like the first 4 years of me making videos. I was like, whoa, I don't have a wisdom tooth video yet. Like there's so many topics in dental health, like oral cancer, canker sores, cold sores, like oral, anything dental, oral. And then questions that patients ask me. That's where I get a lot of things. Like if a patient keeps asking me the same question, then I'll be like, oh, I need to make a video on that. Or the comments. It's still that. That's where it started on day one. Make a video on this, make a video on that. If enough people ask in the comments, like make a video on root resorption. Ooh, that's very specific, but maybe I'll think of some way to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's really what the people want, and I'll give it to them. And then every so often, I just want to do something fun, and I'll do like a parody. I'll hear a song that I like, and I start like making lyrics in my brain, and I'm like, I'm going to make this really awesome song into a dental song. So I do like fun stuff for me. That's mostly for me, but I'm glad people watch.
I get that. I understand that. Yeah.
But no, I love the education. They're all very educational. It's things that we all tell our patients. And that's why I'm so happy that professionals watch my videos and share my videos with their patients, like hygienists, hygiene students. They'll be like, hey, that was good. I don't know how to explain that to my patient. I wouldn't be able to explain that to my patient improv either. Like I did a lot of research on that video, so please use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I worked really hard to answer that question, but if I was one-on-one in the op with the patient, I'd be like, oh, I have to look that up. Like if it's some, specific questions. So I do like a little book report every time I write a script for a video.
Do you feel like some of the video, like the genres of a video hit harder than other genres? Like, for example, like maybe like surgical does better than preventive or like other topics like that, or not necessarily?
I would say like I said,
so
for
you don't
YouTube,
look at analytics at all is what I'm understanding. This is the worst.
This is really, no, it's good. It's good. I know because I hear it. So yeah, that's another thing about me. I just like love doing it. And like, that's why I'm so happy. And I have like a team now, right?
Yeah.
And because I knew this can be a real thing, so I'm like, maybe I need to start caring about numbers and stuff, but I really don't.
Such a hygienist answer right there. I have to start caring about numbers, but I don't want to. I just want people to get healthy.
I just want to do the thing. But I do know whitening is a big one. Everybody wants to know my whitening videos always top off, right? Because it's mostly consumers and everyone's Googling, how do I whiten my teeth? So any type of whitening, whatever we're talking about, there's a million different, topics within whitening, of course. Like, so that's one. And procedural videos. Everyone loves a procedural video, like just like me talking about stuff like that. I don't know. Those are probably my big ones.
So at what point then, so talking about this progression of your career that you've had, are you like, okay, I need to start bringing in team members?
Yeah.
Like when did you realize like that has to be a thing now?
Yeah. I think when I realized like I want to do this, like really do this, but I don't want to give up clinical.
Yeah.
I knew like I could do it if I give up clinical, right? But like I know that sounds lame or something, but I really love clinical. And so I'm very lucky that my husband and brother-in-law have backgrounds in business and marketing and sales and all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? Instead of me learning how to like do all this negotiating, looking at analytics, opening the analytics tab on my YouTube page, how about, so it was kind of funny. My brother-in-law actually approached me and said like, hey, you know what your numbers are doing? Like, I can help. Like, do you want to like do something? And that's when we made the website together. So teethtalkgirl.com, right? It's all my videos in article form. Like instead of watching it, some people want to read the information, right? And again, it's mostly consumer, but we do have an RDH hub now as well, where it's a whole section for hygienists that are either very interested in starting the career, or they're in the career and they're new, or they've been in the career and they just want to find like a community, right? So, but you could find all that stuff.
Well, I'm glad that you did that too, because I think that people, depending on all of the different things, you learn differently, right?
Yes.
Either it's a visual or like, they're both visual, I guess, but it's like you watch a video or like you read, comprehend it differently. You can also, me personally, I could watch a video and love it, and be like, oh, that's so great. I didn't actually understand it until I read the words behind it, and then it kind of reinforces what I saw.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you guys did that. That was a really smart move.
I love that you're saying that, because it takes a lot of work, but I'm so happy that too. And sometimes people want to print out my articles and give it to their patients.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's amazing. Like, please share it. Like I said, I did the book report. Please share it. I like to do it. But it's so cool. And I love our community. It's just, Teeth Talk people are so cool.
You said you're an open book earlier before we started recording, so I'm asking something that's maybe a little bit uncomfortable that
No, I don't care.
your team might not love. I'm asking.
No, I don't care.
Okay, let's talk about monetization.
Sure.
So
I probably won't know the answer.
It's fine. No, it's fine. It's
I'm
fine.
just kidding. Monetization.
I think that people go into this not with your sort of altruism, right? They go into like think about money, right?
Some people do. And that's fine.
Are you finding that like like YouTube money is where it's at, or is it sponsorship money is where it's at?
I would have, like last year, said YouTube really quick, but I think maybe sponsorships catching up.
Okay.
Is that a good answer?
I think it's a good answer, and here's the reason why.
Okay. However, I do have a better answer. Not a better, but YouTube is where it's at because I could create it. Nobody's telling me any tips. I don't have to change anything.
Sure.
Do I love working with some companies? Yes, because my brand aligns with them. And you know what I mean? Some companies I love, but if I'm never going to work with a company who's telling me what to say.
Right.
So that's why I don't want to say that it makes more, because that's not my intention. It's like a bonus. It's like, oh, I want to talk about this product. That's fine. There's things that are topical and things that are evergreen. I'm all about the evergreen stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like things that will stay forever. I'm going to do that. It's, and that's another reason why I made the website, right? Because I could, there's nobody telling me what to do. Like, you know what I mean? I just follow the evidence-based research. I'm doing my book reports. We have medical reviewers now on the website as well. So it's really, I'm so happy. We have a periodontist. We have general dentists.
Everything out good.
You know what I mean? We write it. We have a team of, hygienists that are writing most of the articles, but it's so nice to have like a second set of eyes, and then we try to,
Let me ask you about respect for a minute, because I feel like
respect.
People know you as like the YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
But all of this other stuff you're doing, that's where the respect is at. Like,
That's
I
nice.
respect you so much for this stuff that I actually didn't even know you're doing most of it, if I'm being honest.
Thank you.
How do you feel about like people thinking of you as being like just the YouTuber?
That's fine. I love
You're
it.
okay with
Thanks
it?
for being here.
You don't even care about it. That's so
I'm
fun.
literally just having fun. I am all about just the community. If it made you feel good watching one of my videos, I'm genuine when I say this. Like, that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Whether you learned something or whether you had fun or whether you wanted to share it to someone, I know if you don't come for what you want, I'm not going to force you to watch something you don't want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about. We're all just people at the end of the day.
I think you're a unicorn in the fact that you built this thing. You had an idea of what it was going to be. It probably turned into what you thought, maybe a little bit more, but you're still having fun. You're in the moment, and you've been in the moment though. Like, you're able to stay in the moment for all of these years now. You've been doing it in like the best way ever.
Yeah, that's nice.
But now you have like so much time ahead of you.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to transition now, because it's like, I know it's always like, oh, what's next? What's next?
Yeah.
You can do videos forever. Like, where's your professional life going to go? You're still staying clinic, I'm sure. But.
Yes. I really just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I love making YouTube videos. On my Instagram, a lot of my friends are actors, and like a lot of my skits on Instagram, it's just me and my friends like acting out skits, and I give them a script, and they'll be like, oh, this is, a patient has said this to you. You want me to say this and reenact that? Like, they don't even, we have fun. I just want to keep making my YouTube videos. I want to keep up with my teethtalkgirl.com, my articles, all the social media stuff. I love it all. I'm not a big sponsorship person, but I'll do it here and there if I believe in the product. But it's all about just making sure the information is correct and helping others, not only the professionals, but also the consumers, patients, right? I'm also in grad school. I know I mentioned that, but I'm really excited to be done with my master's degree. And then
What is your master's degree in? What?
May.
No, what's the?
Health communication.
Health communication.
So I was all about patient-provider. I'll just say really quick, patient-provider communication. That's what all of my writing, I've been doing that this whole 2 years. And for my capstone under-year thesis, I kind of changed the topic, and I'm all about dental health misinformation on social media because, I obviously run into that a lot. I'm writing about strategies and how to make the right information out there, how to communicate to the. So I love all that stuff. I want to keep learning everything I can. I'm starting another program in September.
Let's talk about it.
I'm going to get my doctorate.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? In what now? What do you need a doctorate for?
Health science. I didn't know I would like health communications this much. I was like, whoa, I am a good student. Like, this is what I excel in.
That's not a career.
We made, I know, but we made it clear that I'm not a good business person. No, I'm fine.
We have made that very clear.
But I'm a very good student. And I that's what it's all about. I love the creative. I love writing, making videos, and communicating to the public. I want to learn everything I can to do it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I recognize that you can't do it all. And I want what I can do. I want to get as best I can. I'm competitive within myself, nobody else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I need to be better than I was last semester, in school. A lot of us are like that. We're hygienists, but I just want to learn everything I can. So we all have our different duties on Teeth Talk Girl, and mine is the content, of course.
And to keep learning, apparently.
And to keep learning.
So you can get more content.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
And then having said that, I have really, if we're close, I don't want to forget to say something that's really, really cool to me and that I've been spending a lot of my time in, and I can't wait to do more, is with Better Mouth. Did I tell you about Better Mouth?
Tell me all about it.
Okay, I think I might have mentioned it to you. So, okay, you're a hygienist. You know how every 6 months we see our patients, and we can only do so much. Mm-hmm. So I've had patients. I said this to my hairdresser who does my hair. I sometimes am like, can I just bring you home with me? You know what I mean? Can you do my hair? I can't do my hair like you do my hair.
Yeah.
And I've had patients say that to me about their teeth.
Hey, we floss more? I'm like, yeah, but we come home and do it?
Yeah.
Like, right, that's the joke.
That. Everyone gets that joke. Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then some people say, we know this too. You see them in 6 months and they're like, I was really good about flossing for like the first 2 weeks after my last cleaning, but it's been 6 months and I haven't done it since like that first month, So anyway, so all of that aside, that's why I'm really happy to be involved with the creation of the company Better Mouth. And it's basically, it's like an interactive platform on your phone. So you sign up, bettermouth.com. And the reason I'm telling you about this is because I've had patients use this and they are like so happy. They're like, I'm so happy I did that, Whitney. And I was like, thank you. So it's an oral health coaching program. Basically, you get a text message in the morning. It reminds you to brush. It gives you the 2-minute timer. It gives you a whole page of things you could learn about. The first week's all about technique. So many people don't even know how to hold floss correctly, right? And then they'll go home and then they're not flossing right. And they came back, they're like, I was flossing every day. But this makes sure you're doing everything right. This is for the patient who wants to get a better mouth, right?
Yeah.
No pun intended. But someone who really wants to. And then the second week, there's nutritional counseling. There's information about the pH of your mouth. Just anything you can learn about the health of your mouth, tongue scraping, everything. And so I'm really passionate about Better Mouth. I'm one of the oral health coaches. That's why I helped develop I developed all the content for it. Yeah. To make sure that everything is correct. And there's videos. My videos are connected to some of the days. Yeah. So there's a morning text message, an evening text message. It helps keep people on track. It helps motivate them. There's
so many applications for this. So I'm thinking I have a dental mission trip coming up in April. I'm like, okay, what'd be really great? Yeah. We have our little handouts that we give to these people who where I'm going, they'll never see another dentist until we come back in a year. This kind of stuff would be perfect for them if we could implement something like that where it's like, look, we can't be there for you. We live halfway across the world. Here you are.
100%.
Preschools, elementary schools, all of these services that we have working with these nonprofits and really getting, because that's the hard part. We always think hey, we're doing a good job. And then we have these disadvantaged people who don't have access to real care that will never get that. But if we go into their preschool or kindergarten or whatever it is, and we show them, hey, we're going to brush and blah, blah, blah. They get all excited. And then they're left to their own devices for forever. Yeah. And they're really probably not going to get better. Yeah. It's not going to be as meaningful of an impact unless they had follow-up care. 100%.
And it's the motivation too. I've also had so many patients that are like, Whitney, I want to brush and floss and do all this stuff every day, but I just can't. And I'm like, it's motivation. It's my voice on this. And so it's good morning. Are you ready for day one? You know what I mean? It's I wanted to do it. Well, if it wasn't my own voice, you know how hearing your own voice is not as fun, but I love the motivation to it. And that's why I was so excited to be involved in this, because you're right. Underserved communities, people that are, it's so much, we all know. I don't need to tell. I'm on a hygiene podcast that prevention is key. Yeah. Dentistry is expensive. The goal of Better Mouth is to not let dental problems be a problem in the first place, right? It's prevention. It's making dentistry or dental health at home less of a chore, because it's a chore. Everybody wants to brush and floss, and they're like, I hate this. It makes it more fun and an act of self-care. Yeah. That's how I like to say it. It's an act of self-care. We're taking bubble baths. We're doing good. Well, if you, his face was like, I don't take a bubble bath. That's a self-care.
If my wife was here, she's like, bull crap. He does. It's lavender.
He doesn't take a soak? Okay. So, no, but you know what I mean. Going on a walk, doing all these things. We're getting, self-care is such an important thing. And taking care of our mouth should be self-care. People are doing 400 skincare regimens. You're doing 400 layers of skincare, which I love too. I'm right there with it. But why can't dental care be self-care? So that's another thing. The app, it gives you a different angle to the approaching it.
Yeah, I love it. This seems so you. This is right up your alley. I'm glad that you partnered with them.
Thank you. Me too. I helped develop it. And I also, now there's also an ambassador program. So for hygienists or dentists, whoever wants to promote this to their patients, they can become part of the ambassador program. And I think that's really good. Bettermouth.com. You scroll all the way to the bottom and it says ambassador. But yeah, it's really, I mean, I'm doing it, of course, because I'm one of the oral health coaches. But yeah, it's really cool when your patient comes back in 6 months and they're like, hey, I did that Buttermouth thing. And like, what do you think? And you look and you're like, there actually is improvement. Like whether it's less staining, there's a quiz at the beginning and you take a quiz and it's like, what do you hope to get out of this? Do you want less staining? Do you want less cavities? Do you want better breath? And, and then it's personalized to what you need to do.
From a hygienist perspective, it's shorter appointments because it's easier to clean and all these things, right? But we obviously have a benefit there as well.
Yes.
Whitney,
thank you.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for doing this. You're going to come back, though. We're going to talk about grad school, though. Is that okay? On a different episode?
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Let's talk teeth and grad school.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for
being
having
here.
Me.
All right,
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a tale, oh yeah, a tale of two hygienists. So there might be only one, bringing the best of dental knowledge, and we do it all with ease. We cover oral health and screening, and preventing gum disease. We're gonna do a lot of learning, and have a little bit of fun working at the dentist. A tale of two hygienists.